You're not gonna believe this home behind me and some of the features the builder put in this beautiful quick move-in home that we're about to check out today. But not just that, we're also gonna discuss where we're at today and why this is one of the best neighborhoods currently here in Jacksonville, Florida, if you're looking to relocate here. So without further ado, let's check this one out now. Starting off with this walkthrough tour, you're gonna notice here that the builder did a paver driveway for our 3-car courtyard entry garage. Now for this community, and a lot of times you'll see with these communities, but for this one especially, this is going to be a standard with this builder. So you're gonna have some different options when it comes to different paver choices, but in general, what's nice is you're not paying extra for these pavers. But as mentioned, we have that 3-car garage here, which is a nice touch, and you're gonna love some of what they did inside the garage, which we'll show later on. But again, it just gives you a nice big opening to work with, so you can use it for storage, you use it for your cars, whatever you want to use it for, you have plenty of space in there for that. In addition, we do have a nice, good sized front porch that if you want to be able to use it to enjoy a nice, cool, morning, you definitely can. It's not too tight, so you can put different furniture there. So I do like when the builder provides that because it also does give it a little bit more of an aesthetically pleasing look when you pull up to a home like this. Then we're gonna come into the home, and right away you're gonna see this nice 8-foot tall front door, and it brings us in, and immediately we're greeted by these beautiful 20-foot ceilings. That isn't that you're not gonna get across the board with every single floor plan. So I love the fact that the builder has plans like this because it makes it feel more grand and really makes it like a home that you can really showcase to your friends, your family, even to yourself. So again, if you wanna know where we're at today, what plan this is that I'm referring to, or also what it means to buy a quick move-in home, we're gonna discuss it later on this video, but if you don't wanna wait, give me a call, a text, or an email. It's gonna be on the screen because I will gladly help answer any questions you have while you're watching this video in real time. That being said, as we continue to move forward, right off of the front door, we have a very well-sized office. Now, because of the elevation for this plan, you are gonna notice that you do have a little more shade here due to the fact that we do have some window coverings on the outside. That is something that is not gonna be for all of their plans because it comes on the elevation. But for this elevation with this floor plan, you do get that, which can make it a little bit darker in here, which may actually be a good thing for an office. In addition, they did recessed lighting in here, which is not a standard, but they upgraded it. You do have it wired for a ceiling fan, and you even have it ready to go to do a wall-mounted TV as well, if you want to have a TV in this space too. You're also going to notice here that we have nice smooth ceilings. That's actually a standard for this builder. That is not the case for all builders, but in this case, the builder did that one as a standard for all their homes, which I do appreciate because it's just a nicer look than sometimes that orange peel you'll see in other homes. And also we do have this beautiful, wood floors. This is actually more of probably a luxury vinyl plank material, but you wouldn't even be able to know that because of just how nice they come out. And I love the fact that it's a lighter colored wood. It's something that we're starting to see a lot more nowadays. And it just really makes the home feel light and bright and really blends in well with that beachy coastal feeling when you live here in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida. Next, we are going to have a beautifully oversized dining room area. It's one of those things that not everyone in today's world is gonna have that traditional dining room set. But if you do, you have a beautiful space to work with here. You obviously have the chandelier that they put here in the middle. They did also do recessed lights around as well, which like I said, that is going to be an upgrade if you build from the ground up. But when you buy a quick move-in home like this, you get that luxury of everything already being done for you. So again, it may not mean that you'll like all the finishes chosen, but what it does mean is you can get a very great price, because you're not gonna believe the price on this one when I tell you it later, without having to worry about upgrading anything, as long as it's what you want. We'll get back over here in a second, but let's now continue this through our walkway to take us to our 3-car garage. Now, as you can see here, they actually do leave us a little bit of an area here that you could create a little seating area. It could be a little mudroom kind of area. You can do a nice built-in for when you come off your 3-car garage. Before we go to the 3-car garage, though, let's go check out the laundry room, which is next to our 3-car garage. And right away, as you can see, the builder here did tons of cabinetry, which is again an upgrade, but they did it automatically with this one. They gave us our shop sink or our laundry room sink as well, which is a beautiful add-on too. And it does not have the washer dryer, but sometimes you may be able to negotiate that with a quick move-in home. Or at least if you work with me, we'll definitely negotiate that. In addition to this space, we actually do have a really nice size storage area as well. That is something that you don't necessarily maybe need, but it never hurts to have. Because again, when you live in Florida, unlike other parts of the US, when you live in Florida, we don't have basements. So for us, our storage is gonna be in the garage, it's gonna be any additional storage throughout the house. So for someone who is used to having additional storage with their basement or additional living space, that is something that you do lose here. So it's not all sunshine and roses, but again, instead of basements, again, we can always maybe get pools instead. Personally, I like the pool. From there though, we're gonna now just quickly peek into our 3-car garage. And as you're gonna see with this 3-car garage, what I wanted to highlight with this is one, they did a beautiful epoxy coating in this garage floor. That again is not a standard. And you're gonna hear me say that a lot because I want you as the audience to know what is typical when you buy from a builder before you start upgrading things. And this floor is not typical. This is an upgrade, but they did this already. So it's a benefit that you would have if you made this one yours today. In addition, these are insulated garage doors, which is a huge bonus due to how hot Florida can get at times. And then over here, we're just gonna kind of quickly highlight that there is a water softener loop. Now the water softener loops are typically now becoming more of a standard with this builder, who I'll discuss who they are later on. You may have already guessed who they are just if you watched up my videos. But again, to have that is a huge bonus because of the fact that a lot of people here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida will install water softeners, and to have that loop already in place makes it that much easier for someone to be able to have it installed. Because in that softened water, it makes that water softer on your skin. It also helps with being able to not have all those calcium buildups in the faucets and stuff like that. So it does provide a huge benefit for you as the homeowner, but also for maintaining and keeping all of your fixtures as clean as possible. Then from there, we have our nice large walk-in pantry. Now they did just do the wire rack storage, which is very typical for their quick move-ins. And even if it's something you wanted to upgrade if you built from the ground up, generally I would say that that's something you may just want to do after the fact, because sometimes there are certain upgrades that can be a little costly with the builder that you could actually do for cheaper after the fact. But again, I love that they continue the floors in here. There's tons of space. It's a true walk-in pantry, so can't complain about that. We also have over here, we have a little bit of like a coffee bar station. This is gonna be an extension off of our kitchen. So again, just more cabinetry. We have more drawers, more countertop space. It's soft closes, you may have just noticed. So again, just huge to have that because like I mentioned already, you can never have too much storage. Then as we move into the kitchen, you're going to notice that again, they did some beautiful countertops, some beautiful cabinetry. We already saw some of that with the little coffee bar area. But the countertops, what's really cool about this, and it's not something that they always do, but they actually continue the countertops and use that same material for the backsplash, which some people may like, so some people may not like. So again, leave a comment in the comment section. Do you like or prefer when the builder does that, or would you prefer to have more of a tile backsplash instead? I'd love to know your thoughts because I like both, as long as you have something. But believe it or not, to do the backsplash with the quartz material that this is actually gonna be more expensive at the end of the day. Now, with a quick move-in, it's a part of the price, you're not upgrading for it, but still it's always good to know. In addition, we do have our double oven here, which is a nice combination. Because we have the double oven here, we also have the microwave down below, since we have this gourmet kitchen. Does not have a fridge. That is something that again can be negotiated. Even though it's ready to go, it's a quick move in home, there are still some things you can negotiate with the builder. You just need to know what to ask, or have someone like myself there to ask for you. So again, if you need something like that, or you want to talk more with me about stuff like that, call me, text me, email me. I'm happy to help answer any questions I can about that in regards to your potential move here to Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. Another thing I do like is they actually did the two-tone cabinets here. So they did do the white cabinets for all the outer areas, and then they changed it up with going with more of a black cabinet for our island. And this is a massive island, if we're being honest. I mean, there's a lot of countertop space here. It's not the deepest, but it's a very large island. I love how it opens up into our living room, which we'll get to in a moment. But to keep this going, we do have our 6-burner gas stove top. This door here, they do need to kind of fix. You'll notice it's kind of popped out, but they'll do it. We have our vented hood that is going to vent outside the house. So you will see that they do have it blocked off here, as it does in fact vent out. We have tons of recessed lights in here. They also did give us some additional pendant lights which again, if you're gonna build, maybe you wouldn't do with them, but if it's a quick move-in, you'll use what they have. You can always replace it later. We have our big, deep sink there as well, which to be honest, the sink actually almost looks small because of how much countertop space we have to work with. But again, if you're someone who has a larger family, you need that kind of space, this is the layout for you. This is the floor plan for you. And I can definitely help you get one just like this today. You have to just reach out to me. But as we continue through from our kitchen to our living room, you're gonna notice we do have power in the floor, which is something that is an upgrade and something that I highly always recommend. Believe it or not, 2 doors down, I'm actually helping that buyer buy that house. And they did the same exact thing because of how important it is to do it while it's being built. It's a lot tougher to do after the home's finished. But moving on from that, we do have our beautiful fireplace here. This is going to be a gas fireplace. I love the mantle that they did here. It's just a really large space here. Obviously, they already give you power to be able to have your TV mounted above it. And I love how it continues all the way up and completes it with that ceiling, which is actually gonna be 21 feet tall because of the fact that they did a tray ceiling with recessed lights in it. Now, as far as putting a ceiling fan or a chandelier or anything up there, you probably wouldn't do that. It is wired to go for one, but that's quite a distance to get up there to put something up there. But again, you could if you wanted to. For the living room, it's a great size. You know, I do like the fact that they give you a lot to work with here. I love how open it is to the rest of the house. You have tons of windows to provide plenty of natural light to keep it light and bright. And again, these windows actually already have the window sills in them, which is an upgrade. Maybe not one that you would agree should be an upgrade, but it is. So the fact that it already has the full encased windowsill, that's a huge benefit too, because it's not always a standard with this builder. Also, these homes that they're building here are actually 2x6 construction, which a lot of builders aren't using 2x6, some are using 2x4. So that just makes the home a better built house a lot of times, makes it more energy efficient. So I do love the fact that the builder goes above and beyond for things like that. We also have our dining room here, which again, are more eat-in dining room. So again, your more formal, larger table would go in the front. This is more that eat-in area if you don't want to use the island. But again, good sized space overall. We'll get over there in a second, but let's now check out the outside because I think you're gonna love what I'm about to show you out here. All right, so out here, the reason why I said you're gonna love it out here, at least I love it, are a couple of reasons. One, this yard, for what you get for this price point, this is actually a great size yard. The view is really nice, having all those overgrown trees, having some nice brush there to kind of give you some separation from those trees. So you get great depth with this yard, but also if you want to put a pool in, I mean, there is tons of space to work with here, and not every neighborhood, not every builder is going to be able to give you a yard size like this. The other thing that I love about this is how big this back porch really is, or back patio. You know, you think when you first come out here, you think, okay, it's just this section that we were just in. But you come over to the side over here, and I mean, this really opens up on you tremendously. You know, you have tons of lighting. Forgot to turn a couple of lights on, but in general, you have tons of lights up here. They already have it pre-ready to go for a wall-mounted TV. You have your gas line out here, so if you want to do an outdoor grill, you definitely could as well, or outdoor kitchen. And again, if you wanted to have the space screened in, you could do that as well too. And that could be one of those upgrades that we asked the builder to do as a part of negotiating, a home like this for you and your family. So there are still things that you can still ask for, even though the home is complete. Again, it's just knowing how to do it and maybe having someone in your corner do it for you. But again, great size space out here. I love the fact that they also give us an additional door over on this side to be able to get in and out of the house. So you don't have to always use the sliding glass door. But in general, we're gonna now come back into the house and we're gonna actually show you almost like a mini primary next. Now with this mini primary, it is gonna be more of that bathroom for guests to use. But again, if you have someone who's older, that's staying with you, can't do it the stairs to go up to the upstairs bedrooms, this is a good alternative for them. And as you can see here with this primary bathroom, they did a good job of continuing the cabinets, countertops that we saw in the kitchen, just to kind of create that, create that look of uniformity. They also did a great job with the flooring here. And then as we come into the shower area, you're gonna notice too that they did a step down here, which makes it very convenient to keep the water in. Now, I love too that they did tile to the ceiling, which you would think is a standard, but it's not. It is an upgrade. But in general, it's a great layout. I mean, you have your niche here for your toiletries. You have your water faucet here to turn the water on and off so you don't have to get wet. Heads over here. So it's just a really well-designed space and really nice finishes where there's nothing that's really over the top, and everything does, blend in very well. And then off of the bathroom is our first bedroom. Can you believe that we're already this far into the video and we're just now seeing the true first bedroom? This kind of shows just how much space you have with a house like this. But with this bedroom, they do already give you a spot here for a wall-mounted TV. Again, they try to think ahead, and I do appreciate that. It's a good size space overall, but what I also love is if this is gonna be, say, like a parent or a grandparent that'll be staying with you a lot of the time, you get a great size closet here as well, because this is a true walk-in closet, which really does, make the space feel that much more grand and really makes it feel more like it's truly a retreat for somebody else. Again, there's still the primary, which is even crazier, which we'll get to, but it's nice to have that as almost like a mini primary as well. In addition, here we do have more storage, because like I told you, storage is super important when you're living here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida. And they utilize underneath the stairwell here to really maximize how much space they could create for that storage. So again, if you're someone who does have a lot of stuff, this is a plan that really, I think, can give you everything you're looking for. But now let's go ahead upstairs, check out the second floor. But right before that, I do want to mention, they did do the nice wood treads here. Typically that's an upgrade. They did the open railing here and up there, which that's typically an upgrade. But again, when you buy that quick move-in, it's already done for you. So it sometimes makes it so much easier. You don't have to wait 10 months for the home to get built either. All right, let's go upstairs now though and check out the second story. Now that we're upstairs, we're gonna check out 3 bedrooms and a loft. So again, a lot of space with this house. But the first bedroom here, you're gonna see as we come in, again, great size space. I mean, everything is just well thought out, well proportioned. You get some good natural light here. You get a nice walk-in closet that we'll show off real quick. But this walk-in closet here, it's bigger actually than the one downstairs. So again, if you have kids with a lot of furniture or a lot of clothing, you get tons of space to work with. And again, we're already ready to go for a wall-mounted TV there. So every bedroom so far, every room has had that outlet put up top to make it easier for you as the homeowner. Here we have the shower as well. Now this shower has the same materials as the downstairs shower. Not a step down, because being upstairs, you have to have a step up and then in. But again, I like the fact that they continued all the same finishes here for that uniformity. So that's a great touch that some people may say it's just kind of bland or basic sometimes, but I actually like that. We have additional linen closet here. So again, great for, guests, great for, towels, linen, stuff like that. As you can see here, we have our nice oversized loft. So this loft is great for if you have kids. This could be a game room. This could be an area for them to hang out with their friends. So I do love to see stuff like this as well. Because again, it's all about trying to maximize what you're buying, and this is definitely a home that does that. Here we have our second bedroom. In this bedroom, it is the smallest bedroom out of the ones we've seen so far. We have more of a standard size closet with this one. But where it is on the smaller side and we don't get the large closet, this bedroom is unique because of the fact that we actually get our own private balcony. So with this balcony here, as you're gonna see, it's a great size space out here. Truly, you can walk all the way across. And this is a space that if someone, if you have a kid or if you have anyone that really just wants to have a place to be able to hang out, have their own privacy, this really does give you that. And I can tell you right now, we are in the dog days of summer, and I can tell you that even now, you still get a nice cool breeze up top, up in here, which is kind of a cool thing as well that we don't see too often. So I do like that. As we continue to move forward throughout this second story, next to this bedroom is the bathroom for it. And this bathroom will also be for guests who are using the loft. But here we have our first double vanity, tons of countertop space. Again, all the same finishes that we've seen in the other two bathrooms so far. Tile up to the ceiling, which is again a nice touch. So again, it's such a clean look to where you can really just move right in and not have to do anything with this specific home. It then takes us to our last bedroom upstairs, and this last bedroom here is still a really good size. Now this bedroom does not have its own bathroom, so that bathroom will be shared by the other bedroom that we were just in and this bedroom. But as you can see, it's a good size. It matches up with some of the other bedrooms we've seen so far. We do have a standard size closet, so it's not gonna be that walk-in closet like the first 2 bedrooms were. It's gonna be more like the last one. But again, there's just tons of space to work with. And again, we have the outlet up top for a wall-mounted TV. So, me personally, I'm a big fan of mounting the TVs up top. So I love when a builder does that because it's the little things that make your life that much easier when you buy the home that I just think makes a huge difference no matter what the price point is. But with that being said, that is now the upstairs. We're not done just yet. We still have, in my opinion, one of the best spots to check out next. Let's go downstairs, walk across the house, and check out that primary bedroom. All right, so now we're gonna head into this primary bedroom. And what I like about it is you have this little kick out here, which gives you a little more privacy coming in, which for some people may not care about, but I actually like that. It really makes it feel more like a retreat when you come into this beautiful primary bedroom. Now this primary bedroom, they continued the flooring throughout it. So again, the other bedrooms will have carpet, but here it's already ready to go. Again, we have our outlet ready to go for a wall-mounted TV, so you can't go wrong there. We have some beautiful natural light coming in from our backyard. We have that tray ceiling here as well to really maximize the effect of the room, the exposure of it. We have recessed lighting with it as well. So just a lot of great things with the layout that they've maximized it for. You probably have your bed going this way, but again, it's a great size space. It's super deep, which again gives you a lot of space to work with if you want to have a bed, nightstands, dresser. Maybe you want to have like a little couch or book nook area. You could do that with the space. So awesome to see that. Then it brings us into our primary bathroom. And before we get there, we do have the his and hers closets on each side. So we have our first closet here, which is a very good size. And then we have our second closet over here as well. Now, if I had to say anything bad about this floor plan so far, I would say that the closets are maybe a little bit on the smaller side for what you'd want in a home of this size. But again, that's about all I can say for it so far. Then as we come to the bathroom, we have a his and hers vanities. Obviously the his is gonna be smaller, hers is gonna have a little more area. We have a little makeup area there as well. These are all gonna continue the same finishes that we saw in the other bathrooms and the kitchen. Again, I love the tile that they chose here for the space. We do have a nice deep sink as well with it, or nice deep tub as well with it. You have your little water closet there as well. And then we have our shower, which is kind of tucked in over here. And the shower, again, it's a nice step in. It's a very good size overall. We have a little seat here to be able to, sit down if needed, or again, use for soaps and shampoos if we don't have enough space over here. I do like how they did a, accent wall tile to just kind of, give it a little more of a high-end look. And here's the deal. Yes, you have your normal shower head, but they also give us a rain head, which is not a standard. That is an upgrade. So I love the fact that the builder did it on this one. And that's the beauty of it, is if you want this one today, it could be yours. So again, call me, text me, email me. It's gonna be on the screen. There's no reason not to. So we can go over this floor plan or any other floor plans to figure out what makes the most sense for you and your family as you are planning your move here to Jacksonville, Florida and Northeast Florida. But that being said, let's now dive into where we're at today, who the builder is. Again, I'll finally let you know what floor plan this is, and also some different incentives that you might be able to get with a builder like this in today's market. So that's gonna wrap up this walkthrough of this quick move-in home today. As I've mentioned throughout this video, I do really like this floor plan. It's one of the better floor plans that I've seen recently. And a big reason I say that is because of the way that it's laid out. It flows super well. Even the fact that you have multiple entry points into your kitchen, the fact that you have some good separation for all the bedrooms. It's just a plan that can work for anyone at any stage of life, in my opinion. In addition, you do get a great sized backyard, which is not always a given with every single lot that builders have in their neighborhoods. And you do get some really great size for the back porch as well. But as far as where we're at today, this is actually the Bartram Ranch community. It is a very nice community here in Northeast Florida over in St. Johns County. And what's nice about it is, you're looking at about somewhere between 300 and 400 homes in this community. So whereas there's other communities in Jacksonville and Northeast Florida that are of the master plan variety that have thousands and thousands of homes, here it's a very much more kind of niche community with only having 300 to 400 homes on really good sized lots. Because again, a lot of the homes in this neighborhood are gonna be 3,000 plus square feet, as they only really have one plan that really puts you under that. So you get great sized lots, great sized houses, and you get some great schools located over here in St. Johns County as well. So you get a little bit of best of everything here in Bartram Ranch. But Bartram Ranch is an exclusive Toll Brothers only community, and it has a section that's gated, which is where we're at today, which is their phase 5 and phase 6, as they're starting to finish up the rest of the community. And Bartram Ranch has some really great amenities with it as well. But what's really cool about it is you're not gonna pay those CDD fees or community development district fees that you see in other communities here in Northeast Florida, and especially here in St. Johns County. So you do have an HOA fee, which is very reasonable for what you get, but on the flip side, you don't have to worry about paying that CDD fee. So I do love things like that. In general though, people do love living here. It's why you see a lot of people who move to Jacksonville and are now living here in Jacksonville, Northeast Florida, choose neighborhoods like Bartram Ranch. It's why I actually have a client that I'm working very closely with that is buying a home here in Bartram Ranch, and believe it or not, isn't that far away from this one that we're in today. And they're buying a Samuel floor plan, which is another amazing floor plan that I absolutely love. And that's the thing is, this builder, Toll Brothers, most of their floor plans here in Bartram Ranch, they're all amazing. So it's just figuring out which one fits you and your family's lifestyle and needs at this time. And that's something I try to help with, because again, there's a lot of different realtors you can work with, there's a lot of different builders you can work with, a lot of different neighborhoods you can choose from. But that's really what I try to do, is I try to help figure out when we talk and we work together on what neighborhood makes the most sense, what builders will or won't do certain things that you want done, and help you determine, what area of Jacksonville you want to really focus on for you and your family. Because again, Jacksonville is the largest city land-wise, so it's important to know what you're looking for when you move here. But as far as Bartram Ranch is concerned, we're only about 30 minutes or so away from the St. Johns Town Center, maybe 30 to 35, 40 minutes away from the beach. To get on the highway, you're talking 20 minutes or less. So even though it's a little bit further out than maybe some of the other communities, it's not that much farther out. And it's kind of nice being out here to where you're not having to deal with as much of the traffic that you may get in areas like Nocatee or Silverleaf, just to name a couple. So those are reasons that people do love this area, in my opinion. But as far as this specific floor plan today, this is Toll Brothers Westbrook floor plan. This is an amazing floor plan, the way it's designed. And it does have some additional bonuses. So that bedroom, bathroom combo upstairs was an addition, again, as a part of this price, because this is their quick move-in home. But the way that this one that we're in today sits, this is a 5-bedroom, 4-bathroom floor plan. It's gonna be anywhere from 4,000 to 4,100 square feet, maybe a tad above that, because of that bonus upstairs with the bedroom. And it's obviously, as you saw, it's a 3-car garage, it's a 2-story home, which gives you those nice, beautiful 20-foot tall ceilings. All for an amazing price of $1.25 million. And you may say that's a lot of money for a house like this, but that is a 4,000 square foot house. So to get 4,000 square feet with the finishes that we saw here today, it's actually an amazing deal, especially when you also take into account the backyard and the lot size for a home here in this area. Now that price could change. A lot of times with quick move-ins, the price could actually come down some, it could go up. So again, if you want to know what the price is on this one right this second, or what the base price is on if you want to build one like this and choose your own finishes, call, text, email me. It's going to be on the screen, or in the description of this video will be a link to my calendar so we can meet, or get a Zoom call or face-to-face phone call to go over all of those things. In addition, before I let you go, there is one other thing I like to always mention, that is the incentives when you work with a builder like Toll Brothers here in Bartram Ranch. And currently the incentives are all subject to change. But believe it or not, there are always going to be some incentives that they're going to give you, even with a quick move-in home, to be able to help cover for sometimes blinds if they're not there, sometimes screened enclosure if it's not there, sometimes fridge, washer, dryer if it's not there. And some of that stuff today was not here. So there is always the ability to still get a couple more things, even though the home is finished. It's just knowing what to ask, knowing what you have available to you, and having someone like myself as your realtor to be able to walk through all that with you and with the builder. But that being said, if you like this video, make sure you like it, subscribe to our channel, and at the end of this video will be some additional links you can click on, or some pop-ups you can click on to see some other homes here in Bartram Ranch, to see just what it's like to live here when you move here to Jacksonville, Florida. With that being said, I'll see you guys again in the next video.